Okay, so here we have this P3 property. It says that a to b fx dx can be written as a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. Now these are the four questions based on this property. Number one, number two, number three, number four. Now this is a general question. This can be used directly for JEE mains exam. We can predict the answer as, we can write the answer as b minus a upon 2 for such type of expressions. So now we are going to prove it, and then for other questions we can directly write the answer. So we can show the procedure also, but we can directly write the answer if you want. So I am treating this as a integral I. That is what I had written over there. I am calling it as number 1. So over here I am applying P3 property. By using P3 property, in place of x I have to write a plus b minus x. So here I had used P3 property. Now add 1 and 2. When you add 1 and 2, you will get 2 times of I, because I plus I is 2I. That is equal to a to b. Now here denominator is same. So let us club the numerator. So fx plus f of a plus b minus x divided by fx plus f of a plus b minus x. Now this can be cancelled out. So you left with only x. Limits are running from a to b. That means 2I can be written as b minus a. So I can be written as b minus a upon. So this is our answer. This is how we can do this particular question. Just write down this. Suppose I, we are using P3 property. So that means in place of x, we are writing a plus b minus x. After that, this is what you will get. Call this as number 1, call this as number 2. So these are symmetrical. So just add and eliminate this. You left with a dx only. Integration of dx is x. That is a. It is upper minus lower b minus a. So that means finally you will get I as b minus a. Okay, now for question number 2, we can directly write the answer, because this question number 2 is based on this first only. So here you can see that 2 plus 5 is 7. This is your a plus b. This is 7, right? So its structure is same as this. So if I want to write the answer directly, then I can write this as 5 minus 2 upon 2. That is 3 by 2. So this will be your answer for this particular question. Now we will discuss this third question properly. We will write each and every step, because this question can come for 4, and even in 2016 or 17 this has come for 6 marks also. 6 marks. Okay, so let me show you how to solve this third question. Third and fourth are almost similar. Same steps we have to write. Even its answer will also be the same. So now let us do this third question properly. So here, your first step is you will convert this to sine and cos. pi by 6, this is pi by 3. When you convert this to sine and cos and take LCM, it will become cos root x upon cos root x plus root 5. So when you write this as under the root of sine x upon cos x and then you take LCM, so this is what you will get. Now, here we can think about that P3 property. Now, why that P3 is meaningful here? Because if you try to find this a plus b minus x, so here your a stands for 30, b stands for 60, minus x. So you can see that it is coming out to be pi by 2 minus x, right? So this will be pi by 2 minus x, call it as number 1. Now you will just follow that procedure. So here I will apply this property, P3 property. So this is pi by 6 to pi by 3. Because 30 plus 60, that is 90. So it will become 90 minus x. Now after that, you can see easily we can do this question by using P3 property. So let us apply P3. So that means this will become cos 90 minus x dx upon under the root of cos 90 minus x plus under the root of sine 90 minus x. So this is by P3 property because of the application of P3, because a plus b minus x we are applying. Now, after this, you will apply that rotation method. So by that, it will become pi by 6, pi by 3. This will become sin x dx. Here it will become sin x plus under the root of cos x. Call this as number 2. Now add 1 and 2. Add 1 and 2. When you add 1 and 2, when you do that, the standard mass 2 times of I is equal to pi by 6 to pi by 3. So you can see that denominator is same. So let us club the numerator. Sine x cos root x upon sine root x plus cos root x dx. Cancel out. Integrate. Limits are running from pi by 6 to pi by 3. Times of pi is this much. So it is pi by 3 minus pi by 6. Right? So I will be equal to pi will be equal to pi by 6. So finally I will be equal to pi by 12. So this will be our final answer for this question number 3. So similarly, you can do question number 4 also. All these steps are identical. Okay, so here we have this P7 property as per NCERT. This is minus a to a fx dx. Now this will be equal to 2 times 0 to a fx dx if your function is even. And this integral will be equal to 0 if your function is odd function. Now let me tell you what are even and odd functions. So even function, whenever f of minus x comes out to be fx, then such functions are said to be even functions. Whenever f of minus x is equal to fx, such functions are known as even functions. Let me give you some examples. Like fx is equal to, suppose, x square x की power 4 sine की power 7 into x, then cos की power 6, then x की power 17 into sine की power 9x. So these are treated as odd function, even functions. Why they are even functions? So let me verify one. Let me verify any one of them. So suppose I'm taking this last one into consideration. Suppose my fx is x to the power 17 into sine to the power 9x. Now in place of x, I will just write minus x. In place of x, I will write minus x just to check whether it is even or odd. So when I substitute, I can see that it will become minus x to the power 17 sine to the power minus x. So here it is odd power, so you will get minus outside, and here also sine minus theta was minus sine theta, and it's for odd power, so minus minus will become plus. That means you will get the output as x to the power 17 into sine to the power 9x. So that is nothing but function. Therefore, f is even. F is even function. So this is how you will check whether the function is even or odd. So f applied to minus x, if that is coming out to be fx, then function is said to be a even function. So even function, obviously x to power even, that is x square, x to power 4, cos to power 6, x sine to power 7x, this is also a even function. Now let us proceed with this odd function. Odd function definition is f of minus x is come out to be minus fx. Then we can say it's an odd function. So let me give you some examples for odd functions. Like suppose examples are x to the power 3, x to the power 5, sine to the power 7x, x to the power 7 into cos to the power 3x. So these are some of the odd functions. Why they are odd function? Let me show you one. Suppose I am calling gx as this one, x to the power 7 into cos to the power 3. Now in place of x, I will write minus x. Make this power as yes. So this is 3 minus x. Now you can see that this will become positive, but ultimately you left with negative sign, so that will become minus times of gx. So therefore, it's an odd function. It's an odd function. Okay, now let's see where we can apply this property. Which type of questions we can apply this P7 property, which is based on even and odd function. Okay, so here I had written certain questions. So first one is minus 90 to 90 sine to power 7x dx. So as it is from minus a to a, so we can think about this property. Now you know that sine to power 7x is an odd function. So by using this property, we can say our answer will be 0. So here your answer will be 0 because this is an odd function. So we can ask you such question for 1 marks and directly you can write the answer. Here we go, minus 1 to 1. So obviously I can think about this P4 property. Now it is x to the power 17 cos to the power 16x. So again, it is odd function. So this will be 0. Next, minus 90 to 90, x to the power 3 sine to the power 4. This is even, but this one is odd. So ultimately, it will be an odd function. So your answer will be 0 for this one. So this is how you can settle odd functions. Now let me give you one example of even also. Okay, suppose we want to do this one. Minus 90 to 90 sin square x dx. Now here again you can see that limits are from minus a to a. So we can think about this property. So sin square x is a even function. So if I use this property, then I can write this as 2 times 0 to 90 sin square x dx. Because of this property, as it's an even function, because f is even. So that is why. So what property says? It says that 2 times 0 to a fx dx. 2 times sin square x dx. Now, if you remember, then already we had done this question by using P4 property. So if I treat this as a separate question, sin square x limits are running from 0 to 90 dx, then you can apply P4 property, and we know that its answer was pi by 4. This answer was pi by 4. Here you have to show this precisely, but already we had done it. This can be now done by P4 property, because when you apply P4, it will become cos square x, adding 1 and 2, it will just become dx. Then we'll get this as the answer. Now here, if I substitute the answer, then your final answer will be 2 into pi by 4, so that is pi by 2. So this will be our final answer for this particular question. For this particular question, your answer will be pi by 2.